Just want to share like a personal note with y'all. So I'm at the point in my life where I do want to buckle down some things because it's time for me to take some things seriously and to subtract some stuff in my life in this season that I just don't need to focus on or get my attention to. And I do believe everybody do come to that point. Some of us take that moment seriously, while others we just play around with it, and then we look up, that'd be like 5 years pass by, 10 years, 15 years pass by, and you still haven't got to the point in your life where you desire to be at. So it's good just to stop and just think about where you are now and try to do whatever you need to do to go forward. Now, this is a talk just for people that are ready to mature, that I call it a grown folk talk. I just say that because when you get to that point of adulthood that you're ready to just stop playing games, that I can officially say that you're an adult now. Because being an adult, you have to make choices that's going to put your life in the right direction. At some point you have to stop playing the same old games with your life and just keep, falling over the same old obstacles, the same, falling to the same old traps. You're going through the same old situations. At some point you have to step back and look and say, hey, I can't go back in that direction. We don't know when we're gonna get out of here in this earth. So it's best to just try now and just say, hey, let me just do my best and put forth some really good effort so I can actually enjoy my life in peace and not always dealing with this chaos or dealing with this mess, but actually going for a direction that's going to really bring some genuine peace to my life and I can actually enjoy it. So I've been thinking about some of the things I want to, just subtract from my life so I can have focus on things that I do need to bring attention to. So I was looking at three things. Now, this help you at all? I hope it do. Or if you have like your own comments and thoughts, you can always share below. I'm always open to like good conversation. So the first thing I was looking at is my social media. Now, for me, I do want to concentrate more on content creation because I do have some plans and goals that I want to achieve. And I do believe social media is a good avenue for me to just get into and, just to, show my uniqueness and just put myself out there and actually, just kind of build something from that. But I also understand that it can be a little bit tricky when you have like this personal side to it. So what I decided to do, I wanted to just kind of eliminate the personal side of it and just only concentrate on creating just content and putting out there. Now, of course, my content is related to my life and things I went through. But what I mean by personal is like, okay, I'm showing you what I ate for breakfast, or I went over here, went over there. If it doesn't have nothing to do with the mission of why I'm doing this content or the mission of the platform I'm on, then it's not going to be shown. So what I decided to do is first my Facebook and Instagram been deleted. Now let me just talk about that for a minute. Sometimes it is good to get off certain spaces. And for me, the way for me to get over a past situation or even get over the past, I need to delete anything that reminds me of it. And I know some of the pages I was on that it was still connected to some people that I really didn't have a relationship with anymore. And I didn't want to, just trying to be like this fake version on there or anything like that. And I know some people don't, agree with that. They just say, hey, you just block them or you could just start a whole new page. But I just think it's best for me just to get off of it, let me just think about other stuff and not give attention to it. And whenever I get back on it, then I have the right mindset of, not trying to engage in things that are not going to bring nothing to my life or add value to it. So just cutting it off. So I know I did it with Facebook. Instagram, not on there anymore. I know LinkedIn, I was on that trying to be active. I started a newsletter, but I think LinkedIn is a different type of platform. And I don't know if it's really that type of platform to be truly authentic. Not saying there are not people that are authentic on there, but for me, a type of content I want to make, probably need to step back from for a while and just delete that. And then the type of person I am, I don't feel like I need to try to prove myself on there or try to show that I'm doing all these great things in my life. Just to get a job, just to get a connection, but just kind of just step back from that because I like making real connections. I do. So the second thing I concentrated on was my schedule. And time management is not my friend. It's not. Because I think it's due not to how much time I have, it's because of some of the things that I did with my time. And mostly it was with thinking about and just reflecting back on situations that had nothing to do with today. And that was a problem for me. And yes, I can admit that because yes, we all human. We all have hurt from certain things and things that have happened in our past. And sometimes that takes our whole focus away from things we could be doing because we still focus on what somebody else did back then. So it's like I have to center my mind on what I'm supposed to do today and just continue to encourage myself because that's one thing. You may not have the encouragement around you, but learn to encourage yourself because that what really truly matters. Because I can have a whole cheerleading team behind me, but if I don't believe in me, then all that's a waste. So you have to learn how to encourage yourself. So when I did my schedule, I only kind of organized it to only focus on the things that matter. Of course, being a mom, making sure my son has what he needs from me, and also scheduling time for my schoolwork, for content creation, focusing on my crafts, and of course with my time with God. Because I know that my relationship with God is very important. And for me to actually make it in this life, I do need to have a great relationship with God. And that's the truth. So the last thing I also looked at is the conversations that I don't need to engage in anymore. You see, when I make sure my focus is right when it comes to my schedule, only scheduling time for things that need my attention, and also not being so, just so included in all the things that social media has, I'm only focus on the content creation and leaving out um, the personal things and just focus on those things that it helps me also to center my mind around the conversations I need to have and the conversations I don't need to have. And I could just go even a little deeper in this. I could say even with family and friends, like I understand that some people, their conversation is only surrounded by gossip. They only want to know what everybody is doing or what this person is doing. But sometimes that can be just a hindrance to you because especially if I'm trying to get to know a person and somebody else brings some bad information about this person, and then I turn around and see that same person laughing in their face and joking with them, that's not even being real to me. That's something that I don't even like to see. I don't even want to tolerate that because if you have a problem with somebody, go to them. It doesn't make sense to talk about them behind their back and then all act like everything is cool in their face. That's not being authentic. That's not even being real. If you're gonna be an adult, you got to learn how to confront things. So that's a little bit of free life note right there. But it's conversations that I just cannot want to engage in. I just don't want to engage in because if I'm trying to go forward in my life, I'm trying to focus on certain things. I don't need to be involved in petty stuff. I don't need to be involved in conversations that's going to really just bring my whole spirit down, especially those things that are about the past. You have certain people that come to you that that's the only thing they want to talk about. They don't want to talk about anything in the present or anything in the future. Now, I do understand if you're trying to have a fun time, maybe laughing about something funny that happened in the past, I can understand that. But if the only connection I have is, oh, remember we used to do this back in the day and do this and that, knowing you're not that same person, then it's time just to change some communication. So this is just what I want to put out there and hopefully that I brought some clarity to maybe something that you're dealing with because I know you come to a point in your life where you want to subtract some stuff and you want to just go on and just focus on other things because we only have one life. We don't even know when our last day gonna be. So if we're in that spot right now, it's good to take that opportunity right now and say, hey, I'm finna go a different direction and some things I don't need to involve in my life right now. So y'all be good.